Well, it's 2 o'clock on Good Friday and I pretty much have two choices. One, I can carry on sleeping on the sofa, or two, I can get up and film a little video. Although slight plot spoiler, because you're watching this, you know which one I chose. Well, I suppose I better get up and get myself in the car. And fall over the rug. Well, as you can probably tell, this is going to be quite an accessory heavy video. And one of the more stranger accessories that I've got in this video is a sheet of A4. So the problem sometimes with review videos is that the power stations that you're being shown are massive and really expensive. And for me, I'm never going to need anything larger than the R1500. That is me pretty much sorted now as far as power banks are concerned. And it was only after I saw a post on a car camping Facebook group that I realised that you could get much smaller power stations. And with that in mind, as I've now got quite a good relationship with ALLPOWERS, I contacted them to say, well, would you like me to do a review of your S200? That's their smallest power station. And yes, you can probably guess what their answer was. So the main reason why I wanted to do this video was because I wanted to do a review of a budget power station. One that is super cheap and super affordable to all. At the minute, this power station on the ALLPOWERS website is, I believe, £69. It's on offer. So that's just the power station itself. What I'm going to be showing you now is the power station and the accompanying solar panel pack bag thingy. But that is at the minute, I think, £149. But you might not need the solar panel. So in essence, you have a £70 power station. Normally, I would use the item for a month and then do the review video. But in this instance, what I want to do is to show you the item because I think it's actually really cool as it is. And this is why I've taken so many accessories out, because I want to show you how well it works on this unit. But I suppose I should show you the actual item now. And this is where you'll see why I needed this piece of paper. So I mentioned earlier, what they've actually sent me is the power bank and the actual solar panel that goes with it, so the mini solar kit. And the advantage of having the kit is you get the rather nifty little ALLPOWERS bag. So actually in this is everything. This is the power bank, this is the solar panel, this is the leads. Oh, except the power plug. The power plug's in that box there. Now, ALLPOWERS actually do a lot of other solar panels. I only just realised this morning, I was looking on their website and I could see all the mini solar panels they've got. So not the big ones you saw in my last video, but the proper small ones that you use to charge your phone or use as a jump start kit. The biggest advantage of this, like I say, is the fact you then get the nice bag with the proper housing for the power station. Now it's time to show you why we have the A4 piece of paper. So this is a lovely power bank. This is your piece of paper. And there is your representation of the size of it. There's an even better one. About half the size of a sheet of A4. Proper compact. So the all-important question first of all is, how many plug sockets does this power station have? For starters, an AC power plug. You have two USB-A's, and around the side you have a USB-C. Now the only thing this power station lacks, in my opinion, is the 12-volt cigarette plug, and actually that would be really useful for me. But all is not lost, because you can buy a 12-volt to AC adapter, and I am going to buy one of these because there's something in particular that I want to use with this power station on a car camp. And I know you're thinking, Matt, are you talking about your 12-volt kettle? Actually, no, I'm not thinking about this, because when I use this power station on a car camp, it's going to be back to my trusty 24-hour thermos, pot noodles and pot porridge. And the item that I want to use with this power bank will be coming from Amazon a bit later on this evening. And I think it is going to be proper cool. Either for this power station or more powerful power stations, it will work with all the power stations that I've got. But what could it be? And the next important question you want to know is, what are the vital statistics for this power station? Well, the three numbers you need to know. It has a 200 watt output, it has a 240 watt surge, and it has a 154 watt hour capacity. What this means for this item is that you can use an item up to 200 watts. But in case you don't know what the 154 watt hour capacity means, basically that means, in very simple terms, if I was using an item that had an output of 154 watts, then I could use that for 1 hour continuously with this power station before it dies. So without using my calculator to do any sums, if you was using a 200 watt item on 154 watt hours, then I think that means it should last for 45 minutes thereabouts if you're on 200 watt continuous. What I would say, for more information on watt hours and watts and surge and all of that jazz, if you check out my 700 video, I'll put a link to it in the description, then I go into all of that a bit more detail in that video. And I've forgot to mention that this has the little mobile phone wireless charger thing on top as well. Now what's interesting with the 200 is that the USB-C works the same way as it does on the 700. So it's both an input and an output. So that means this is a way that you can charge this power station faster. There's basically, I think, 4 different ways you can charge this, or 4 combinations of ways of charging. You have the AC that gives it about 28 watts. And if you do it on just the AC, it's a good 3 hours, I think, to charge it. I'm sure I was charging it for about 3 hours yesterday. But if you also had the AC and use a USB-C PD cable, then you plug that in as well, and that will charge it, I believe, in an hour and a half. So you can really bring the charge time down if you use a combination. But of course, the thing that I love about this is the whole solar. I've become proper addicted to solar recently. I'm forever charging my power stations up in the garden. But what makes this so good, as you'll see now, is that it comes with its own inbuilt mini solar panel set, and when you have that on charge as well, it can pull up to 60 watts, I believe. And I was testing it earlier on a decent sunny day, and I was getting, I think, a max of a good 45 watts. So you could get some pretty good fast charge into this unit if you was out and about and on the go. Now this power station is super easy to turn on. You literally just press this button once, and then to turn it off, you press and hold it, then it goes off. Well, that's all the important stats, but let's see how this power station fares with some of my normal car camping items. Now, one bit of feedback I would give on this item though is it would have been better if that was the other way round. And I think you can probably work out why. Because if this is flat, where's the lead going to go? Now, yes, you could turn it over, but all the little paddy things are on this side, so clearly it's meant to be this way round. You could have it upright, I suppose, that would work. But yeah, that's my only little thing. If it had a 12 volt socket and that was flipped around the other way, I think it would be perfect. Well, all these items you're about to see are ones that I do have for car camping, and I think all of them I've actually used on a car camp at one point or another, and I think these would all be perfect for car camping using this power station. But the first on the test is my little lamp. Now, you've never seen me use this on a car camp, but I have had it with me on some car camps, and it does do the job. Now, what would probably be a better test is to use my old rope lights, but they're currently stuck up in my DJ room in the extension, so I can't test with that. So that's why I'm using this. Okay, so I've just remembered an important thing. When you use an AC plug, there's a little button at the side that says AC. Now you have to press and hold that. The light at the front will turn from green to red, and that's how you know the AC plug is working. At least I've got some decent lighting in here now. So as you can see, this lamp would last on this power station for 23 hours. And although it's not registering what the wattage is, I know from my other power bank it's actually got a 4 watt output. Now the next test is going to be a laptop, and I think that's one that a lot of you would be quite interested in seeing. Now I've got a little HB netbook notebook type thing, and that runs on an AC power plug. So let's see how this does. Well, as you can see, the laptop is pulling a good 40 watts of power, so you're probably looking at about 3 hours if this unit was fully charged. But if you don't have a laptop and you use a tablet, well, let's test my tablet. Well, as you can see, the tablet is pulling a good 8 watts. Well, that's down to 7 watts now, and the amount of hours it would last is anywhere from 12 to 14, it would seem. Now, of course, the thing with this power station, like all other power stations, is that you could use all these plugs at the same time. Now, clearly with this power station, if you did that, you're going to run it dry very quickly. But just to give you an idea, I'm going to put the phone on charge whilst we've got the tablet on charge. And with that, we're pulling about 11 watts, 11, 12, 13 watts, and that brings the time down to about 8 hours. Next on the test list is something that I have charged in my car before with the Jackery, but let's see how this does with this power station. Okay, well that's pretty cool. That's one battery charging, and that is taking only 23 watts, and that would give you 4 hours worth of charge. But bear in mind, every time I test it, the battery capacity is going down, so we're down to 92% now. Well, so far I'm hoping this is giving you some good ideas as to what you could use this for, how much those items draw, and importantly, how much time that would give you. And that actually was me replying to your message, Mark. Well, just 2 more items left to test, my fan and my speaker. And this is another item where it draws such a negligible amount of watts, it doesn't even show it. Well, I must admit, I did think the fan would be in the negligible wattage category, but it wasn't. It was about 7 to 8 watts, and you're looking at a good 15 hours. But before I do anything else, I do need to show off the solar panels. So let's cut to some funky B-roll and show the solar panels in action now. Well, what I wanted to do in this video, I think I've achieved, and that is I wanted to show you a proper budget power station and give you an idea as to what it can power and for how long. And I think these tests have actually proven it to be quite good. And like I say, I definitely am going to do a car camp with this power station at some point soon. And yes, that does mean sacrificing my lovely new cooker and my lovely new travel kettle, but I want to show you that this can work. And well, I already know it can, but I want to show you it. So as always, I hope you found this video useful, and until next time, take care. And I'm still waiting for a boatload of more stuff to come, so expect another haul video coming up soon.